10%. And the same Liverpool fans I've seen tweet things like less games in the calendar. Thank God it wasn't in the league. 40 minutes before that, we're saying, ha, 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 another trip to Wembley. We're doing this. We've ended your season. So you cared when you were 2-1 up. You cared when you were 3-2 up. But suddenly it's just the FA Cup. Don't really care about it when it's 4-3. I'm calling cap on that. It doesn't mean, Paddy's right, that you throw baby out with the bathwater. Let's sack Klopp now. Let's get a new manager in before the end of the season. Nothing crazy like that. But it hurts to go out of these tournaments. And what I've seen from Liverpool fans is what they called Arsenal out for last year. We've got bigger fish to fry. We can focus else. And Arsenal fans got cooked for that last year because it's wrong. And I think you should be cooked for that, whether you win lots of trophies or no trophies. You should be always trying to win them when you have an opportunity to. And everyone's now saying, and they also expose themselves, Liverpool fans, with this make-believe rivalry they have with City. I'm not saying you personally, Paddy, but overall, whether it be a man like James Redmond, big up to yourself, but you did it. I see plenty of tweets with Jamie Carragher did it. He got his bum right out on his skiing trip. But it's okay. Man City will stop you. We'll be cheering for Man City. So the team that you believe you've got the biggest rivalry in Premier League history with, you're going to be cheering to win another trophy to pull further clear of you in that race. It just proves that rivalry is either a myth or you're just coping right now and trying to pretend that you're not hurt. It's one of the two things. They both can't exist at the same time. And I just think Liverpool fans are playing this down because they thought they were going to win. They thought they would batter us. When they were leading 2-1, when they were leading 3-2, they had the bunting out. They were singing "We Are Going to Wembley," and then against all odds, Man United came back, outperformed them, and beat them. And that's why Jurgen Klopp is out there calling journalists fat. That's why Jurgen Klopp is stealing their microphones and walking. And what he did yesterday, by the way, Jurgen Klopp.
By the way, there was clarification. There was clarification. I
know he wasn't actually calling him fat, but he definitely took his microphone. What he did was ridiculous. They were absolute on-the-point questions. Normally, because everybody turned around to Jurgen Klopp when those kids came on in the Carabao Cup final, and they maintained the intensity, they maintained the system, and they went, wow. Didn't they do well? And Klopp basically said, I'm paraphrasing slightly, yeah, that's our system, that's our club, this is Liverpool. When he's then asked the question, why do you think the intensity wasn't there today? He starts saying that's a dumb question, calling him dumb for asking a proper question. That for me is the embodiment of how bitter and upset Liverpool fans are, generally speaking, with being dunked on, not just by Man United, but by an absolute flop in the fidget spinner that is Anthony, Rashford that everybody calls rubbish, and then Ahmad that's barely kicked a ball all year. So for me, I'm calling cap on this. We don't care that we're out. The actions don't echo the thought.
Going back to what you're saying about, listen, would I have loved to have won? Absolutely. Would have been nice to win. Yes. The fact of the matter is we didn't win. But this bigger fish to fry that people like to laugh about, whether you want to or not, it is a fact. We do have bigger fish to fry. The Premier League is we've only won one of them with Klopp, and we've lost out on two others by a singular point. We've had so much heartbreak in that competition. So that is a bigger fish to fry. And also for me, as an Irishman, the Europa League final is in Dublin. I will be there. We will be there. That us going out yesterday now means officially this is going to be Klopp's last ever game as Liverpool manager if we get there, which would be the Europa League in Dublin. So we do have bigger fish to fry. Two bigger ones to be exact. Would have been nice to win? Yes. This is all United have. This was their cup final. This was their season. Fair play to you. You've won it. You've won the Eurovision, the World Cup, whatever. Fair play. You have nothing else. We do. So, grand we lost. But you can't win them all.
Oh, no, that's true. Because imagine this. This is perfect scenario. Arsenal go and win the league, which I want that to happen, right? And then Xabi Alonso, your future manager, potentially beating Klopp in a final. Can you imagine? Just for Man United to go on to win the FA Cup because we beat you and surged onto a final to beat whoever it may be. Can you imagine how Klopp would feel?
Randomly in the Netherlands, something similar happened.
Man is a fist-pumping sore loser. That's what he is.
I understand the bigger fist to fry thing. I understand the logic of it. The problem that you have is it just the old adage, the sort of saying comes out in my mind: a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. And if you don't win the league,
Yeah.
If you don't win, and it's interesting again now. Suddenly, the Europa League is now bigger than the FA Cup. Where when Man United won it, I was told it was a tin pot trophy that was worth nothing. And I don't disagree with you. I think the Europa League is a very credible tournament to win. But it's interesting how it's sort of people pick and choose when winning a certain trophy is worthwhile or not.
In fairness,
go on, mate.
The context around the Europa League is totally different this season for me, especially as an Irishman. The final being in Dublin immediately elevates it above anything else. That's so big. So that's what you. And it usually, if the final was in fucking, I don't know, Birmingham, I don't fucking know. I wouldn't give a fuck. It wouldn't be as big, but it's in Dublin.
I understand that. And I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm talking in general because I remember when Man United were in the final, we ended up losing it. I remember most rivals saying, how can you even celebrate being in that final? You're in a competition that you're in because you fouled in the league the year before. And now suddenly it's like, it's bigger than the FA Cup. I just love the sort of chopping and changing. Sorry, Kate, I interrupted what you were going to say.
I was going to say, I'm in a horrible position. I could just cry because I really wanted Liverpool to win the league, but Paddy's put me off now with his arrogance. And then you've got City to win the league and they're cheats potentially. And then we've got our arch rivals Arsenal and I just don't know which way to turn. I think I might just
wait, so you don't know which way to turn. So that means you potentially might want Arsenal to win the league then.
I definitely just want that. I need to ask Kate a question because 100% I know Kate does not want Arsenal to win the league. Period. But here's the situation. All right. The coefficient points are in the balance. Okay. Arsenal are in the Champions League final and you are in 5th place. And you need Arsenal to win the Champions League in order for England to get the 5th Champions League spot. What do you want happening?
I'd rather go Europa League personally if that was me.
Yeah, I would too.
We didn't get there because we didn't deserve it. If we didn't get top 4, because we didn't deserve to get top 4 in Champions League. I don't know about what everyone else feels like. Kate and obviously Mike is obviously obviously qualifying. But I'd rather.
You know what? I get where you're coming from, Kaz. But let's say it's United in that position. Let's just say next year. Look at Liverpool this season. Look how good they are. Liverpool could win the Champions League this campaign if they were in it. Imagine we do get a new manager that gets us playing brilliantly next year. A lot of the bad eggs are thrown out, and we've got a really good team next year. Not good enough to win the league, but a really good team that's in the Europa League and is killing it. You'd probably, it's hindsight, of course, but you may sit there and go, oh, God, I wish we'd have got that 5th pot space now. That's the way I view it. I get that Arsenal get a by the way, I'd rather Arsenal win the Champions League than City. I'd rather Arsenal win it than any other team. I'd rather Ati win it because I want a team that's not won it to win it because City would be one behind us. The likes of Real Madrid and everybody else could pull further away further. Again, all I ever care about is who has the most trophies in any one competition. Because what I want is Man United to have the most out of everybody. So that's my sort of take on it. I've got a few super chats to do here. First one says, what's up with all this United hype? Didn't United finish over Liverpool and Klopp was finished? No one had Liverpool for where we are. Quad run, arrival stuff. Well, it isn't arrival stuff when Trent Alexander-Arnold says it. Liverpool actually know what it takes to get even closer. I mean, there's no Man United hype. We're praising a really good performance yesterday and a really good win yesterday. No one's sitting here and saying Man United are back, my friend. But of course, after winning one of the greatest FA Cup games of all time, there's going to be a big conversation about it. Of course, there is. Paddy seems hungover. If Liverpool win against United but lose the Premier League, nobody cares. You won. Klopp has just one FA Cup. All Liverpool fans should care 100%.
Yeah, well, yesterday was obviously St. Patrick's Day. So, yeah, I am extremely hungover.
I love that.
Man like Paddy.
Big up, Terry. We're off to Wembley. Respect and knocking Liverpool out. Ha, ha, ha. Thank you, Ray. Yes, we are off to Wembley. Hopefully twice now this season. Mainly players like Fabregas at the same age. Some players are just different. He certainly is. He is different. He's just
Fabregas is better at 18. I can't lie.
Jim here says, don't try to cook Kate. I promise you'll lose. That's Kate's husband, by the way. So everyone knows. If you ever meet Jim, he's got this big red mark on his head where he lives under Kate's thumb. Do you know what I mean? So he knows. He knows.
That would be a fine thing.
Yeah. Nah, Kate likes a real man. Proper man.
Yeah, real man.
He's a bit like, he looks like Phil Mitchell. Do you know what I mean?
Does he have to say son? Does he have to say son at the end of sentences as well?
Hello, son. Hello, son.
Yeah, he does actually.
He's a cocky boy. I love it. Do you all realise that Man City could make another treble? And if that happens, then it is curtains for all the top 6 teams, as they will never be matched. I wanted to
we become the third biggest club in the country if we do that.
The third big, yeah, I agree. I do agree. If City do back-to-back trebles, you become the third biggest team in England, in my view. And this